Hi guys, it's the Artsy Gamer back again for another video in our channel. Of course, grab your teas, grab your coffees, and yes, maybe a little bit of food, and let's do this. Okay, now guys, you know how this works. Let's take a sip of green tea before we get going today, guys.
I ran out of coffee.
So come on, this could all go wrong today, but let's just take a sip. Okay, not quite the hit I was after, but yes, okay, going on my Crash Bandicoot coaster there. And yes, guys, if you're new here today and you are into gaming, retrospectives, complete and box experiences, art and graphic design, and of course a whole load of nostalgia, then yes, you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yes, guys, if you can handle the Artsy Gamers mess and madness and want to get notified when the next video goes live, then of course just pop on your notification bell held up by Tails there. Well, in today's video, and as promised, I am going to do a complete and boxed experience of Resident Evil 2 for the PlayStation 4 today. Now, this actually has to be my first complete and boxed of a PlayStation 4 game on the channel. Don't really collect for the PlayStation 4, mainly because most games that I can play from the PlayStation 4 can easily be accessed on the PlayStation 5. In fact, funnily enough, I will be playing this game on the PlayStation 5 because yes, if you didn't know, you can play your PlayStation 4 games on your PlayStation 5. It is back compat for the majority of games, yeah. All you need to do is pop your PlayStation 4 disc into your PlayStation 5 and it will download it offline. Online.
Offline, online.
From the online onto your PlayStation 5. Something like that, guys. I was getting technical there. But yes, you can do that. So I will be playing this on my PlayStation 5 just so I can get the lovely, feel of the DualSense controller. I don't believe there'll be any haptic feedback or anything like that because yes, this is PlayStation 4, but I'll just get a lovely comfortable feel of that lovely controller there. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I do actually own a PlayStation 4, but it isn't actually plugged in. It's just kind of there underneath my TV for a bit of aesthetic. I probably should plug it in actually and do a few updates on it. And technically, I could play on this game and actually save a bit of storage on my PlayStation 5. But I think I will stick to the PlayStation 5, like I said, with a lovely controller and stuff like that. But yes, here we go then. We will be doing a complete unboxing of this today, mainly because yes, Resident Evil Requiem has just come out, and yes, I absolutely want to jump on the bandwagon with this. I absolutely love the Resident Evil franchise, and I've barely even dipped my toe into it. Honestly, I've had little goes with Resident Evil 2, a little dabble here and there with Village. I've actually completed Resident Evil 4 from start to finish, and I enjoyed it so much I will be playing it again, and I'm currently playing that through on TikTok. Once I have done that, I will then go and revisit number 2. I want to do number 3. Apparently 5 wasn't the best, so I might skip that one, but I know there'll be some people screaming down the camera going, no, well, if you're in it, you've got to play every single one. So I might go, I don't know, but I am a very slow gamer. So if I was literally to do from start all the way to number 9, it probably would take me about 2 years, guys. I am not even joking you.
2 years, guys. I am not even joking you.
So yeah, I don't really know if I am going to do the 1 all the way to 9. But I tell you what, who is Bowser is doing that. A lovely fan of the channel and a great person I support on TikTok. He does do a little bit of YouTube as well. I have mentioned him on the channel before. But yeah, Bowser is going to be doing literally a playthrough, a pilgrimage, shall I say, of number 1 all the way to the newest one. So if you haven't already, definitely check out Bowser. Like I said, he's on YouTube and he's also on TikTok. I'll pop all his links down below. So if you are interested from literally watching gameplay walkthroughs from 1 all the way to 9, then yes, Bowser is the guy for you. So yeah, definitely links and everything like that in the description down below. But okay then, before I start waffling on, even more. Let's start off with this lovely beauty here. We're going to be having a look at the front. We're going to be having a look at the back. Unfortunately, no manual with this. Yeah, it is a PlayStation 4 game. PlayStation 4 and onwards really don't really offer you any kind of manuals or anything like that. Of course, the disc, a bit of the gameplay, and my overall thoughts and feelings. What is this box art telling me? As an artist, as a gamer, before I jump in this, what am I expecting to see from this lovely art piece here? And I'll tell you what a lovely one at that. But yeah, let's take a sip of green tea. Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a green tea, guys. I love a green tea, but not really in the morning. Not really in the morning. It's got to be a coffee. It's got to be a coffee. But anyway, let's go. Not really the hit I'm after. Okay then, so here we go. Resident Evil 2, baby. Just look at this front cover. Now, I have done a complete unboxed experience of Resident Evil 4, and I was kind of going into the front of that and explaining how different that is compared to some of the older releases. I would say some of these older releases actually go a little bit more hardcore with their front cover. In fact, I have got 4 here just to compare it to. Now, I know this is the remake, and I don't think this is the same image used as the old Resident Evil 4. And that's what I'm trying to say here, just kind of like these newer kind of releases or, you know, modern kind of remakes don't really go as, they don't really go as hardcore as this, do they? Now, here you go. We've got a bit of action already with this, which is what I like. We've got the main protagonist here already with their guns, in that gun stance there, ready to shoot anything that comes in their path. We've got zombies kind of just coming at them from the distance there. So instantly you're like, right, okay, it looks like there's going to be hordes of zombies coming at me. Gosh, it looks like I'm just going to have to defend myself. And yes, this looks very much like survival horror. And I do really get that from the box art there. I love the buildings and the backdrop, as well as your eyes then drawn up to the top there with that lovely light casting through the windows there. I think that is really cool. So again, are we going to be exploring stuff inside and outside? Probably, yes. So that means there's probably going to be lots of different areas to explore. Some horrible, dingy stuff outside. Maybe actually more towns and cities here, but again, I could be wrong. And then there's going to be kind of like haunted houses and maybe some sort of laboratories or something like that that are doing experiments on zombies and, well, humans, and what is needed from the human body to make them into a zombie. Again, I don't know, very much speculation, but I have been kind of influenced because I have played this game a little bit before, and of course, Resident Evil 4, and again, dabbled with Village, and I've seen gameplay and stuff like that online. So again, I am a little bit, I would say, what's the word? I was going to say skewered, then skewed.
What's the word? I was going to say skewered, then skewed.
Skewed. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. With this here, I do have inklings of what to expect. But yeah, I really do like how it is presented there. And what is really, really lovely about this, just below the Resident Evil 2 logo there, we do actually have another kind of city, another kind of cityscape to explore, which I think is really, really lovely. So yeah, we've got kind of the main kind of body here on the front there, 2 protagonists at the ready to take enemies down, the lovely Resident Evil logo there, and then boom, what are we seeing here? So it is, like I said, very much a cityscape. So is the majority of the game going to be in that kind of city area? It's really, really intriguing, but from the box art, I would say, yes, absolutely, it is going to be very industrial, a very industrial feel, which again, I like. I do really like that kind of vibe, because often when I've been playing kind of these kind of shoot 'em ups and zombie kind of things, quite often they are kind of in the woods, you know, the classic horror film, isn't it? You're going through the woods, you're starting off on a muddy, terrainy path, you know, you're walking up to some sort of haunted mansion and stuff like that. Not too much is kind of represented in cityscapes and the city vibe. So I really do like that there. That is really, really lovely. And I tell you what, guys, look at that lovely sky as well. Could also be being mistaken for fire and flames. And absolutely, you know, you could interpret that as like, okay, yeah, lovely red sky there, but, you know, is that red sky actually just gonna turn to rubble and flames and fire as it all just gets burnt down in this horrible mess that everyone is in? So again, I really do like that, and, you know, and it could be interpreted like that. I think it's really cool. And you know what, guys, it really does act as a lovely base as well, for everything to just kind of, yeah, come up. And then what are you seeing there in that front box art? It is really, really great. For me, my eyes were drawn to the two main protagonists there, then a little bit behind them, looking at that lovely, yeah, monstrosity of a building. I mean, I don't know what that is there. And then my eyes were drawn down to the bottom, but some people might actually get caught by that bottom scape first and go, whoa, okay, that is actually really pretty. And then you kind of look up and you go, whoa, okay, maybe this isn't what it's cracked out to be. So yeah, I really, really do like this. Very compelling, very interesting. And yeah, oh my God, the zombies look pretty mad. You can only just see them. They are very, very subtle there. But if you do look closely, you know, you got a bit of blood and, oh God, faces that are a bit warped and all kinds of stuff there. And just the way they're kind of like walking like this. Yeah, it is really screaming like zombies, which is really awesome. And again, I just love the protagonists there. I think they're really great. I love the red coat there. Really goes with the two letters there that are highlighted in red. I think that's cool. And you know what, I think I said it in my other video, I really like the two red letters there. It almost is like red evil eyes looking at you, looking at the gamer going, right, come on, let's go, pop me in your PlayStation and let's have a fantastic time. Mum, I say fantastic, let's have a fantastic time, but quite a scary time, yeah. And I think that is all you want really from a survival horror, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm very, very happy with this box art. I think it's really cool. I really, really dig it. I don't think it's probably the best box art I've ever seen, but there is a lot going on, so it is very intriguing. But it's, yeah, I would say definitely up there, absolutely. Again, but just bringing Resident Evil 4 into this as well, though. Yeah, well, I think what I said in my previous video when I was doing Complete and Boxed on 4 is that, yeah, this is very mystery, isn't it? This really, really does leave the gamer wondering what the hell is going to be going on in this game, which I think is what really kind of drew me to this. Actually, it was the mystery behind this box art. What is Leon thinking about? What is he going to be having to do? You look down a bit further the way he's looking, and then yes, he is looking at that, wow, that person there. Who is he having to try and save now? And I really do like the wonder with that. Whereas this just screams, yeah, like action-packed, yeah, zombie killing game. And again, absolutely, that is pretty much what it is. And it is definitely, you know, what is on the tin, isn't it? But I think, I don't know. I think as a gamer, I like the mystery behind this. As an artist, I think I do like the lots of different elements that is going on with this. I really, really do. So yeah, I like these both in two different ways. And the only reason why I'm comparing these two is literally because I've just got Resident Evil 4 by my side. You know, if I had all of them by my side, you know, I would be loving to do a bit of a comparison between all of them. But yeah, I don't have that to hand. I do have Resident Evil Village, though, that I might pop in every now and then just to say, like, well, actually, you know, like, these newer releases kind of went with the same vibe, which I guess they did, just looking at them there. But yeah, there we go. Well, come on then, guys. We will take a look at the back then, and we will take a sip of I keep saying coffee, but it's green tea, guys. It's green tea.
It's green tea.
It's green tea. It's not coffee. Okay, a little bit dodgy, yeah. A little bit dodgy. Right then, okay, so we will take a look at the back of this piece here. And yeah, I dig it. I dig it. It's okay. There's a lot going on, which is what I like. And I would say the screenshots there are kind of like all merged into one, which is quite nice. I do like that. There's a lot going on at the top. So yeah, here we go then. So I like how there isn't too much text. It isn't too text heavy. And that is one thing that I did say in my previous video with Resident Evil 4. These newer games, they don't have manuals. So what they could have done actually is put a lot of the text on the back here, and that would have ruined the aesthetics and everything. It would have just ruined it completely. But what they do is they just put a little bit of text on here, and then they put the majority of the stuff, that probably would have been found in the manual, just resting behind the disc with a bit of a clear see-through case there. So I if they haven't gone for manual, I like that they've done that there. So it really doesn't disrupt anything. And there is a lot going on here. So, we've got Leon here absolutely trying to take it out with some sort of zombie. I love that. It almost looks as like, right, yeah, he's just been taken, he's being held by this zombie here, but Leon isn't scared. He is not scared at all. He's just going to give him a knife to the throat probably, push him out the way, and then boom, he's off to his next zombie that he's got coming at him. So yeah, I do really like that there. Again, quite dark, which is unfortunate. These games are dark, I get that, but when these are resting on the shelf, they need to be a little bit brighter. They need to be a little bit more visible, just so you can kind of see what is going on. So that is a little bit of a shame then. I did notice that with 4. Village does seem to be a little bit brighter. Again, I am going to do a complete unbox of this as well. I think I am digging the back a little bit more of this one because it does seem a little bit lighter. Yeah, they kind of ditched that whole really dark backdrop and stuff like that. Because again, you can really kind of barely make out what is going on there. You do have to kind of squint a little bit to actually kind of get what is going on. Yeah, Leo is... Leo? To be fair, could I call him Leo? He's Leon.
Is Leo short for Leon?
Anyway, he is kind of just, howled there with that zombie. Oh, yeah, straight in with a knife. And then, yeah, like I said, off he goes. And it could be missed a little bit there. But anyway, even so, nice kind of action-packed picture there, which is nice. And then again, yeah, we do have some screenshots. Are these from I would assume they are. But they just look so kind of like within the kind of flow. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. But there is a bit of a flow there that it doesn't really look that in-game. Do you know what I mean? They don't really look screenshots from the in-game engine. But they probably are. But yeah, here we go. So just look at this here. Obviously different character plays, which is really, really cool. I love that. Quite a young woman, I would say, in quite a horrible situation, holding a gun, and then, oh my gosh, a little child by her side as well. So, gosh, she's got to try and protect herself as well as a little bit of a child as well. So, gosh, that's... yeah, not a nice situation at all. Not a nice situation. And again, like, oh my God, look at the mutation of this as well. So we've got a guy here and then some sort of, big fat, looks like tumor coming out of him with, like a big kind of like eye. So yeah, these zombies are mutating and probably some sort of boss fight. So that's really cool. Are we seeing boss fights here? Probably. And we all like a good boss fight, don't we, as gamers? So I do like how they presented that there. And and then like, who is this like coming into action there? We've got lots of characters that we're going to be interacting with, which is great. Actually, it does show there's a lot of story with this, and then the more characters you see, and again, like building up that relationship with the characters as well is also really cool in these Resident Evil games, which is what I like. And yeah, that feeds into the story, doesn't it? So again, seeing lots of stuff going on here. We've got Leon right at the top there, and then yeah, what is going on down here? Lots of people that we're going to be meeting. So okay, cool. So yeah, really, really nice. I love that. And like I said, not too much text going on. So yeah, we've got a rookie cop's first day on the job. Oh, I mean, come on, what a nightmare, isn't it? Like your first day on the job and you've just got to be dealing with this situation. Damn it. Oh yeah, poor Leon. A student searching for her missing brother. Okay, so is that the student there? Wow, lurking around. She knows her brother's gone missing. She's entering into some sort of horrible place. And she's really trying to track him down, and then I guess he gets caught up in some horrible mess, and I'm sure Leon is having to try and sweep up that mess, isn't he? So I love that. And a city on the verge of collapse. So there we go, that brings in that city, doesn't it? Like it's all calm and tranquil at the moment, but then all hell is probably going to break loose in this city, and that's where I said you can interpret that as that calm still position, and then all of a sudden maybe at the end of the game that is actually fire and flames, and it's all red, it's all burning down. Oh my gosh. And as Leon, we need to just try and survive and beat whatever is going on, and that'll probably take you to the end of the game. So really, really lovely box art here. I think it is well put together, and we will take a little look at the disc now, guys. So of course we will just take a sip of
Green tea, guys, green tea.
What a shame. Okay. All right then, so here we go. Oh, and again, how very sad. No manual, unfortunately. And I didn't even see if there was any slips with this one. There probably was, but because I'm not a massive PlayStation 4 collector, I wasn't too fussed if, this did come with slips and I didn't pick it up with. Mainly because, like I said, I'm not a PlayStation 4 collector, and I just really want to buy this to experience number 2. So but anyway, okay, Resident Evil 2 disc art, and again, I haven't really got too much to say with this one, unfortunately. There isn't too much going on, and it is a shame because actually in Resident Evil 4 and Village there is a little bit more going on with the discs there, so I will bring that up to the camera in a minute. But this is very dull, very boring. They could have done a lot more, unfortunately, but we will bring this up to the camera here. So yes, the Resident Evil 2 disc here, it is just a black background with Resident Evil 2 on it. There's not much more to be said with this one, unfortunately. And again, this is the first time me doing a PlayStation 4 complete and boxed on this channel. So we've got the strip of blue
at the bottom there.
I don't really dig that at all. I never have been a fan of that blue that has been used for PlayStation 4. Don't get me wrong, it kind of works with the boxes, but anywhere else it just doesn't really do it for me, especially when you've got like a blue strip on your art here on the disc. It just really does mess up that art. That the two contrasting colors just doesn't work. Blue isn't a very good color to contrast with many other colors, and it does it is a bit of an eyesore. I think that is what I'm trying to say there. I like how they kind of did move to white. It was a bit more of a color that could work with lots of different things that are going on with box art, but I have said I would prefer the PlayStation 5 logo to actually go black, or what I was saying, if we have got kind of like a black dark disc, make the banner black with a white PlayStation 5 logo, and then flip it. If there is a more of like a white disc, then yes, absolutely use that white banner, or a lighter disc, whatever, and then do what we've done here, a black kind of PlayStation 5 logo. Again, that is just me being very, very picky. They will never ever do that. I'm sure that'll cost them loads to have to kind of PlayStation logos, one in white, one in black. But I do always say, these gamers, me especially, and game collectors, you've gone out your way to get a nice, physical copy. We are supporting this, but just make the experience a little bit more tasteful. That's just my opinion, because I do appreciate, what is done with these discs and stuff like that. That is why I collect games, but it is annoying when there isn't too much thought put behind it. And that splash of blue there just really does take you out of the ambiance. It really does. With this, though, there is a subtle, I would say, splash of red there. Could be blood, but you can barely see it. Yeah, it's just a black disc with the PlayStation 4 logo on and the Resident Evil 2 sign. So yeah, not too much to be said about that, and they could have done so much more with this. You know, use that lovely cityscape actually. They so could have done that and actually just had a lovely cityscape just running across the bottom there. That would have been so beautiful. A bit of a close-up actually would have been really nice, because then you can really see the different villages and the cityscapes and the buildings and like lots of just different areas that you're likely to explore in the game. That could have been a bit highlighted a bit more on the disc there, but yeah, there we go. What a shame. But right then, yes, we will give it the artsy game a flip, and let's just get the camera in. Oh, all you guys down the camera there, if you are liking what you're seeing here today and just enjoying me messing up my words completely, I nearly messed them up then as well, guys.
I nearly messed them up then as well, guys.
And you are just enjoying it, then definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. Honestly, guys, support like that really does help out the channel and it will allow me to continue these videos. Right then, we will just pop this back in the case, this very empty case. All right, and yeah, we will just talk a little bit about the gameplay now. Yes, guys, I have dabbled, haven't done it from start to finish, but just by looking at general trailers, which I will just pop up on this video as well, you know how it works. So yeah, just looking at general trailers for this game and just YouTube videos here and there and my experiences of playing this game, this just looks like a classic Resident Evil. You are going to be shooting zombies in the head, in the knees, to just try and buckle them up to get a better shot with a kick or whatever to clear a path, because yes, there'll be hordes coming at you, to just get to the next area. There's going to be exploration, which is fantastic because yes, judging by that box, there's lots of different areas to explore. You know, there's going to be puzzles, oh, those tragic puzzles that I am never good at.
I'd say don't play these games.
I'd say don't play these games.
But I'm sure a lot of you guys will absolutely nail them. So yeah, puzzles and stuff like that to progress to the next area. Keys and things that you need to get here to open that, to open this box, to get this gem, to upgrade this, to upgrade that. Stuff like that, which again is all really fun and very representative of Resident Evil. Again, I think I mentioned it, just like action, but obviously a little bit of stealth as well. So, you know, you got a real mix of that, which I like. I am a game that really does enjoy both kind of genres of kind of stealth, hiding away, sneaking around, and then, yeah, whoa, all of a sudden we've got like a horde of zombies coming at you, which is really cool. And then a bit of a mix as well. So, you know, you could have a little bit of action mixed with a little bit of stealth, then a bit of action, then mixed with a bit of stealth, then standalone stealth, and then standalone action. And this game really does provide that. And I would say a lot of these Resident Evil games do provide that, and I think it is really great. It really just brings the whole kind of game together as one, which is really lovely. Yeah, and of course, you know, it's going to be disgusting. It really is. You're going to have eyeballs flinging out at you, blood splats here and there, and oh gosh, like, you know, the whole of your organs just bursting out of you, you know. It's going to be disgusting, don't get me wrong. Very gory, but you know, that's kind of what you get with a horror game, isn't it? You know, gore, and yeah, that's kind of what you sign up to. And if there is a little bit of you, then yes, I would say this is definitely the game for you, because I think it's definitely the game for me. I've just kind of put it on the back burner a little bit. You know me by now. Gosh, PlayStation 4 era and a lot of these kind of like older games, they were never really on my radar, unfortunately. Gosh, it was very much my dad that would introduce me to games. That was my source of gaming knowledge. And if he wasn't into it or didn't know of that franchise, then I was pretty much oblivious to it as well. So yeah, you know, that is why I haven't really had too much insight with Resident Evil, which is really unfortunate, because I think I would have absolutely loved it. And then, yeah, going through school, college, college, university, my gaming really did just drop off then. Don't get me wrong, I was very much, you know, invested in gaming. I had a great time with it, but I was playing nowhere near as much as I could do now. I just didn't have the time. So again, you know, stuff like this, even on the PlayStation 4, just absolutely bypassed me completely, really. So it is really a shame, but I'm very, very excited to, yeah, now get in and involved with the whole Resident Evil, absolutely. And again, I've got lots of friends just saying, yes, this is definitely a game for you. I can't believe you haven't tried it before. So yeah, you've got to start somewhere, haven't you? And now is definitely the time with the lovely new release of Resident Evil 9. So yeah, I think once I've got through a few of these games, then yeah, I'll definitely be picking up Resi 9, absolutely. But yeah, so just going quickly, I did kind of skip the gun just a little bit. I mean, we've got no manual, so I probably could talk for a little bit longer. Yeah, the newer games, so either like the new games or the modern kind of like remakes, they did give you a little bit extra on the disc, which I do appreciate. I think perhaps they kind of understood that, yeah, we can't just offer them just a black disc with nothing going on there. So if we just look closely here, you know, there is a nice little bit of art on these discs, which is nice. I mentioned it in my previous video on that one there, that kind of like distorted bug. That's really nice. Just a little something to go on the disc, and I really do love that there. And again, that's quite a nice kind of small art piece that you could work with. And again, guys, yes, it is the Artsy Gamer, so could that inspire any of your art or your next art piece? I would love to know. And again, what I really like this about, you know, feathers as well. This is really nice. So just on this disc got here, you've got a lovely kind of, yeah, flutter of feathers off to the side there. Again, just subtle, but it's something to kind of, yeah, take away from just that black, that void of black, isn't it? So it is nice to just have something subtle on your disc to really just bring the whole thing together. You know, the whole complete box thing together, isn't it? So yeah, there we go. Right then, guys, wow, that was my complete unboxed experience of Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation 4. I can't wait to get going with this. Like I said, I will be completing Resident Evil 4 first before I think I jump back into 2. Another quick mention, if you are interested in watching pretty much the whole series from start to 9, Bowserreaper is going to be doing that over on his YouTube and TikTok. So again, I will just drop links down below for you to follow him because yeah, he's a great content creator, really chill, really relaxed. If you like my vibe, I'm sure you'll love his as well. Everything is just really, really fun and very light-hearted over there. So yes, he's currently doing pretty much a pilgrimage of that, so yeah. Right then, guys, well, that is it for me today. I hope you had a wonderful time watching me, and yes, of course, I'll catch you in my next YouTube video and TikTok live. That is me, the Artsy Gamer, over and out.